Before we begin building things in our AF database, I'd like to give a brief description of the example system we'll be using throughout the course. So here we're going to have our OSisoft research lab, and we're going to that we've been tasked with modeling our HVAC system for this lab. And we want to build that model in such a way that we can monitor all the equipment for our lab that's related to the HVAC system, and also be able to monitor energy usage and costs at various levels. So our lab is actually subdivided into 3 different sections. We have Zone 1 that is comprised of the 3 small labs in the warehouse, Zone 2, which simply encompasses the largest lab, and Zone 3, which contains all the other rooms in the building, mostly our office space. Now within each zone, we have 3 different types of equipment. We're going to have blowers to move the air, heaters to warm it, and chillers to cool it. And we already have a set of Pi tags that have been built for us on our Pi server, and they have a very specific naming convention. So if we look at this list over here to the right, you can see that the tag names all start with this prefix, and then they have an alphanumeric code that's 4 digits long, and that code is really the key. They also all end in .pv. So let's take a minute to look at this alphanumeric code so we know which tags are which. Starting with the letter codes at the beginning, you can see that the Y tags will indicate equipment status, so whether a blower, chiller, or heater is on or off. And the J tags will indicate the power usage for that particular piece of equipment. And finally, we have a big set of T tags that are indicating all of our temperature measurements. So for example, we have T000, which is our outdoor temperature. And then we have these other T tags that end in 0. Those are indicating indoor air temperatures for individual zones. And then we also have a set of T tags that end in 9. And these are indicating thermostat settings for those zones. Now, getting back to how the numbers work for the 4-digit code, the numbers relate to the zones in which equipment is located, and also the type of equipment that we're looking at. So, for example, here we had 110, 120, and 130. That first number 1 is indicating that all that equipment is in Zone 1. And that's consistent throughout the tags. The first digit is always going to indicate which zone we're looking at. So even for temperature tags, if we have a 1 at the beginning, this is going to be the Zone 1 temperature, the Zone 2 temperature, the Zone 1 thermostat setting, and the Zone 2 thermostat setting, so on and so forth. Now when we're looking at specific equipment and not temperature tags, the second digit is very important. For this one, the number will indicate an equipment code telling us which type of equipment it is. And in this case, the number 1 is for blowers, the number 2 is for chillers, and the number 3 is for heaters. So the order of the numbers corresponds to the alphabetical order of the equipment type. So that's just something to keep in mind, and we'll see that throughout the course as we start modeling all these various assets.